I'll try to stay as calm as possible here. Okay. So here's an update on late Mr. Chandra Nagamalli's case. Based on the feedback we received, we now understand that late Mr. Chandra was a very respectable person and a law-abiding person in the American society. It is necessary to kind of recognize this kind of moral quality of social behavior, and that living by society's norms is necessary. This recognition itself is kind of a silent reward that we can give to another person. What I'm getting to see is that President Trump on his Trump Truth Social on X platform has tweeted something similar. Trump posted that he is aware of the terrible reports that he is receiving with regards to Chandra's case, who happens to be a well-respected person from Dallas, Texas. So what is left of the family is an emotional, distressed wife and a traumatized son. This is a permanent scar on the memory, and they may never get over it. I feel extremely sorry for the family, and we hope that they recover soon. The timing of this horrific murder aligns with the assassination of the US conservative activist Charlie Kirk, who is also the CEO of Turning Point USA, which happens to be an American non-profit organization that advocates for conservative policies on big educational campuses and streets, I would say that. So on September 10th, Charlie Kirk was addressing Utah Valley University. It was actually an open door event with the UV students, which is university students, attending the event. Well, Kirk was being asked about gun control and regarding mass shootings in America. Incidentally, Charlie Kirk was shot in the neck. The murderer was Tyler James Robinson, who was a 22-year-old American citizen. And I think he was in his third year of electrical apprenticeship program at some American college. So after the lookout, notice was published by the by Cash Patel and team that the suspect's father, which is Robinson's father, he recognized the person to be his son in the lookout notice, and they informed police. So the point that I'm trying to make is that this is also a gruesome murder. The previous act of horror was actually carried out by illegal alien to America, and this one by an American citizen. Both victims were very well respected. Chandra and Charlie Kirk, and they were both law-abiding people. Well, these were two separate, isolated incidents, meaning the victims, the suspects, and their motives were absolutely not connected to each other. Even then, I see a common factor between both the incidents. Both suspects were unhinged, irrational, and were continuously seeding their radical minds with a lot of hate and violence. After committing the act of horror, both the suspects walked on the American roads as if nothing happened, no guilt or any form of remorse. At this point, the educational qualifications and the academic success does not matter, because one was a student, or apprentice rather, and the other was a wage worker at a motel. What matters to me is the psychological ability of the people, the ability to channel anger, hate into a constructive opposition, the ability to withhold from taking law into unacceptable behavior, the ability to think sense before acting. So I leave you with one question, which I, as a third party, as a third person to these events and to everything else that's happening on social media and media, the news, everything, I leave you with one question. When an outsider does something gruesome, right? You vandalize the place, you vandalize the streets, you fill social media with hate. But When an insider does something similar, what will you do? Will you oppose the unjust act at the same capacity and magnitude, just as how you did to the outsider? Or will you stay calm or hold your rational mind within closed doors? So I'll leave you with something, an anonymous quote, okay, which is very much relevant to this particular topic. Survival of the fittest is something that cowards come up with to justify the murder of an innocent. Let me repeat that. Survival of the fittest is something that cowards come up with to justify the murder of an innocent. With that, I'll take leave. If you like this page, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye.